Hello, hello, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff in my backyard. We are here again, and quite a few of the questions have been from some people. Why not wine? Why not beer? And although I liked wine and beer, I wasn't too in love with them. And I remember getting this bottle for my diabetic Papa San, and it was a Christmas gift. And basically it had no sugar and no sulfites added except those that were already naturally reoccurring into the wine. And I remember him letting me taste it, and I remembered how raw it was. It was just jagged and rough, not smooth. It was a different type of wine where the layers weren't just melding together. Maybe the sugar helps, I don't know, but all these extra additives that make wine what it is, it wasn't in this really interesting taste. And when I tasted that, I felt like I just tasted that berry fruit raw just coming out like, oh, this is our drink. And so when I ended up trying whiskey for the first time, it was like I was at home. It was pure, it was earth, it was dirt, it was like at its form of life itself, and I just felt comfortable drinking it. Now, the great thing about this whiskey tonight is I haven't tried it. However, my castmates and I chipped in, and our male lead went to go buy a bottle of this particular whiskey, but it was a bourbon for our director as a gift. So I'm really excited because I never got a chance to taste it or dip my toes into it, but I remember saying how beautiful I thought the bottle and the packaging was. So tonight we are getting into Basil Hayden Dark Rye. Not only just 80 proof and 40% alcohol, and for like $40 that I got it on sale, I felt like the price was comparable. Now it's upwards to about $60 to $70, and for an 80 proof, I don't know. However, this bottle of rye is mixed with Kentucky rye. It is mixed with Canadian rye from their award-winning distillery in Alberta, and it also has a touch of California port, a red wine, a dessert wine, a touch. Let's see how the sweetness affects this whiskey, because whiskey and wine. So basically this whole brand launched around, I think it was 1998-ish, and it ended up being bought underneath the Jim Beam and Centauri umbrella. There wasn't very much information, but when I went to the Jim Beam website, I was able to garner some more. They ended up coming out with this particular dark rye line October 23rd, 2017. And in 2017, they ended up winning Rye of the Year at the New York Whiskey International Spirits Competition. I'm excited. That is a pretty bottle. I don't want to touch it. I will not touch the bottom. But it feels like I gotta be delicate. Remember that whole little extra label thing? It's here. It is pretty. But look at that. Like a little bit of the metal and stuff. The dark rye is going to be one of the first permanent, I think, lines for the Basil Hayden family, which is super cool. What isn't cool that I ended up finding out about these expressions of Basil Hayden is that basically they used to say that it was 8 years minimum or whatever, that was the age guarantee. But in 2014, they decided to go ahead and change it to artfully aged. So let's get on with this artfully aged whiskey. Oh, it's playing hard to get for 60. Oh, let me. No. It is in there real tight, y'all. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna need a glove. Oh, sucker now. As much work as I put in. I smell some fruit. That must be from the port. Yummers. Let's go ahead and take this off. And let's get on with this woman's pour. Another thing for history about Basil Hayden. Do you like this woman's pour? Because I do. Let's give it a little go. Around the 18th century, Basil Sr., who's a master distiller at the time, leaves Maryland, goes to Kentucky, and basically he sets out to make a whiskey with the simple ingredients that he has on hand. That's what he wants to do. And of course, this upset the balance of how bourbons are made and how whiskey is supposed to be done. So I'm sure it upset and got underneath the skin of a lot of traditionalists. I am all for trying something new. So let's go ahead and get into this port wine whiskey. I smell some spice, just light, and it almost smells like berries. It's probably from the port. A little sweetness, maybe honey, a little vanilla. And a hint of leather. A hint of my daddy's leather. That's what it smells like. It's so amazing. I know that daddy's leather got you, but you know, we know. What was really cool about going on Jim Beam website was basically seeing not only a ton of women, different ethnicities, but this company has won a ton of awards for being a great place to work. On their website, they literally stated that they are against racial injustice and racism. So cheers to that and for putting it out there. Let's taste this cinnamony deliciousness about to go down. Hopefully. I'm taking it back. This was a little different, y'all. I was expecting it to be imbalanced, maybe more on the sweeter side, and yet the ryes seem to rise through. I taste like a little bit of the sweet goodness of like a pie, and then all of a sudden it goes into a spice explosion that I'm very happy about and very surprised about. It's a unique taste. I haven't tasted anything like this before. I'm excited, y'all. This is super unique and different. Like, are you trying to impress some people? Then yeah, you pull out this dark rye and you allow people to taste something that they haven't tasted before. A wine whiskey. Yes, please. That smells delicious. Oh. It lays on the mouth well. There is just a slight blowback, but I think the fruits kind of like just chomp away at it, so you're okay. Oh man, this is nice. I wasn't expecting to like Basil Hayden. I really wasn't. I wasn't expecting to like this whiskey because honestly, when you think of a dessert wine poured into a whiskey, I'm just thinking of my traumatic experience with Stillhouse. But this is so much better. Yeah. So tonight, I am going to give Basil Hayden 4 kisses. Well-deserved for its uniqueness, well-deserved for its style, well-deserved for its taste. Just balanced. I taste everything, and nothing's overpowering, which is interesting because there's 2 ryes and then the touch of the port, and I could taste it all. And I love it. You should try it so you can love it too.